what's happened with yourselves. If you've got a child or an adult with autism, do let me know your experience in the comment box below. If you want to join me live on the broadcast, you can do as well. I can send you a link and you can come on screen and talk to me if you've got any experiences around shopping. So I'll be reading some questions out in a few seconds, which we'll wait for some more people to join us. And I'll show you the link where you can share this video out to others as well. So thanks for joining me this afternoon, and I'll get the details up on the screen for you so you can, there we go. I'll pop the link up now. So there's a link now if you want to be a guest on the show this afternoon. And excuse me, we'll wait for a few more people to join in. Then I'll be reading you some messages out this afternoon, which I have had on Twitter. I shared a video on Twitter this afternoon. Well, I did a video. It was around about midday about shopping, and it's nearly had over 1,000 views on Periscope. That's on Twitter. So I can share that link with you. So wherever you are in the world, if you're in England or the US, let me know your shopping experiences. What are the supermarkets like around your area with the coronavirus? And if you want to be a guest on the show, just the link's on the screen now if you want to come on air and join me. All you need is a phone or a tablet to get involved on the show. Let me know what your experience. So if you've got any questions, just hit them up on the comments box and I can share them on the screen so everybody can see your comment as well. So lots of messages this afternoon on Twitter, lots of frustrated parents who are really, let's put it, upset that they can't get food for their children with autism, even adults with autism who can't get any food shopping at the moment. So if you've got any comments, do post them below and we can see what people have to say. I'm just going to read you some of the messages I have had on Twitter. Thanks to Carrie Grant for sharing my video this afternoon on Twitter as well. Just got one tweet coming from Mal. She says, I went to Tesco with my autistic son today. He doesn't cope in queues and was told he couldn't go in, which freaked him out. I said I was his carer, but he made me to feel like an alien whilst queuing, and on the phone to calm him, he sat in my car and was given evil stares by employees, which is just terrible, isn't it? I'll see if I can get that tweet up on the screen for you so you can see it. If you just bear with me, I might able pull that tweet up and show you. So let's just have a look if I can get that up on the screen. Okay, there we go. So there's the message from this woman I was speaking to earlier on. She mentions about having trouble with her son. See if I can get it a bit bigger for you. So she said she went into Tesco today and her son doesn't cope in queues and was told he couldn't go in, which freaked him out. She said she was his carer, but he was made to feel like an alien. Then whilst queuing on the phone, when she was on the phone to calm him, as he sat in the car and was given evil stares by employees, or an employee rather. It's not very good, is it? So that's that message, and we've had a lot more. I've had lots more other messages in as well. Thanks, Julia Cantwell, for joining me today. She says she just got back from Aldi today, very quiet. We don't qualify for vulnerable son as autism. Luckily, I have an 18-year-old daughter who stayed with him at home. Yeah, so on the government website at the moment, they are only doing the most vulnerable people who've got leukemia, cancer, who've got, COPD. So the government at the moment are not putting anybody on that list at the moment. Julia also says Tesco should be recognising sunflower lanyards. Yes, that's a point. I'll mention that to Mal on Twitter because she's probably not aware of that. So I will let her know about the lanyard. So thanks for sharing that. By the way, Julie, can anybody pick these lanyards up, or do you need to go in and show my ID, or do you need to register for a lanyard? Do let us know in the comments, and I'll put that up on screen. So, excuse me, some other mentions I've had about this. Yeah, Laura on Twitter says, anyone with autism, ADHD, bipolar should get themselves a sunflower lanyard, in brackets, hidden disabilities, and she wears it every time she goes to Tesco. Her dad goes with her and stays by her side. He knows there's a high chance of her having a meltdown in unpredictable situations. Glitter on Twitter also says it's spent all day yesterday tagging Asda and Asda at Asda service team and tweets about being refused entry to a supermarket on Sunday, but yet she hasn't received any response at all. So, lots of messages. Like I say, I put a video out on Periscope this afternoon, and it's nearly had over 1,000 hits already, where parents are so frustrated and upset. Don't forget, if you want to come on the show this afternoon and speak with me, love to have you on. The link's there on the screen now. If you've got a phone or a tablet, just click on that link there, and you can join me live on screen, and we can have a chat about this, because there's lots of parents who are really upset at the moment. Not just parents as well, people on the spectrum. So lots of messages coming in on Facebook and Twitter as well. Hi, Kim. Thanks for joining. Kim says, hello from Canada. Stay safe and strong. Hope it's all right in Canada. Let me know what it's like over there. Are the shops selling out of food? Can you get food? Can people with autism get food? That's the main point of the topic today. Do let me know, Kim. Julia says that you can get the lanyards online as well. She thinks she'll check that out. So that's really good if you can get the lanyards online. And thanks for your comments, Julia. She also says anyone receiving high rate DLA or PIP should be recognised as in the vulnerable group. Right. I'm not sure whether that's right, Julie. If you can just send me some links to that, because I know lots of parents and people with autism have been on the government website, and when you go on to register, autism isn't on there at all. The vulnerable group for autism is not listed on there. So the conditions listed on there are cancers, leukemias, very severe conditions. Autism is not listed on there. So if you can see the link, or if you can share me the link, please do pop it up on the comments box so I can share it with everybody else. If you're watching this now on Facebook, please do share it. Click on the share button because it's a really important topic that we get the message out there, because lots of parents are frustrated and also people on the spectrum. Thanks, Sheila, for joining us. Sheila says, I'm in an extreme vulnerable group to health issues. Even though I'm in their vulnerable group, there still aren't any home shopping or click and collect slots. I've tried all supermarkets, and I think, Sheila, that's the same for everybody. Nobody can get a click and collect. Nobody can get online shopping. All the slots are just completely blocked out and completely full. Other comments coming in. Louise Plant, thanks for joining us, Louise. Louise says this thing with autism, thing as people with autism don't understand is change. If he's used to going in the supermarkets with her, then how are you supposed to explain why he now can't? It's extra odd than explaining to a child without it, as they can't understand. Yeah, very good point, Louise. So lots of messages coming in on Facebook, lots of messages coming on Twitter as well. If you're watching this now, or if you're watching this on replay, please do share this video because it's really important, because we need to get the message out to as many people as we can. Julia, if you're still watching, if you can post the link about the vulnerable group so I can share that so people can register. However, I looked earlier on the government website, and it did say that autism was not listed on there. It was people with cancer, COPD, leukemia, them sort of conditions. I have had a tweet in from the National Autistic Society. They say, "Hi, Kevin. We are in contact with major supermarket retailers on this subject and other topics relating to autistic people during the coronavirus crisis. However, we need to be mindful supermarkets are extremely busy and difficult to reach, as this is a challenging time as they get to grips with the unprecedented situation. We'll share an update with you once we have one." That's from the National Autistic Society. Carrie Grant has also tweeted out on her Twitter account. She's put, "Anyone with any power over supermarkets, and this time, please have a listen to Kevin's video, what he is saying." So thanks for that, Carrie. So lots of messages coming in on Facebook and Twitter. If you want to be a guest on the show, if you want to come on, I'll just post the link on the screen so you can join me live. There's the link now if you want to join me on the video chat now. If you've got a tablet or phone, you just click on that link there and you can be a guest, and I can bring you in on screen and we can have a chat. So Jill, thanks for joining us, Jill. Jill says, "We are parents in our 60s and we are worried if we get ill, what will happen to our 23-year-old son with extreme autism? We have no other support." Sorry to hear that, Jill. I'm not sure if you've got a social worker or you can contact the social worker or maybe a duty officer at social services and ask them, what's the situation there if anything does happen to yourself. God forbid if you contract the coronavirus, who will look after your son? I'm sure the system would support you in different ways there. So I have contacted early this week. I've contacted the government, and also I've contacted DEFRA as well, who are the food agency around policy and policy guidance around food. So I've contacted DEFRA and I've contacted UK Gov, about this as well. If you're watching this now on Facebook, please do share it. Click on the share button and share it out, because we need to get this message across really to as many people as we possibly can. So lots of comments coming in today. Julie also says, Jill, contact your ally and ask for a family support worker. So thanks for that, Julia. So yeah, that's great. So thanks for that, Julia. So if you've got any questions or comments, please do pop them in the comments box below, and I'll see if I can answer the question. If I can't, I'll go away and see if I can find the answer for you. So we've got the lanyard. So if people are watching this and they haven't got a lanyard and they go shopping, you can ask for a sunflower lanyard. And I think you can have a carer again around with you as well. So that's really important. Julia thinks you can get one online, or you can register online, or if you go into the supermarket, you can probably pick one up there as well. So if you're not following me on Twitter, do go on Twitter and have a look at the messages there on Twitter. So that's Kevin_Healy on Twitter. So messages coming from the National Autistic Society and other people as well. Lots of parents, even people with autism, have tweeted this afternoon about their issues around the coronavirus and getting food shopping. Anna says, I'm getting annoyed with Tesco and others allowing one person in. I can't leave him on his own outside. He's 22 but can't cross a road on his own. He needs me wherever we leave the house. So lots of messages coming in from parents who are frustrated about this. EKD on Twitter says, I have Asperger's. I'm just about coping. I've had a slot on the 7th of April. However, I'm also on gluten and lactose intolerant, and online shopping offered me a few more choices than the ones available at my local Asda and Morrison's. Different, not less, on Twitter, sending messages and saying it's a joke. I totally understand that the elderly and people are very poorly, but there's still not enough in place for vulnerable families, to disabled children. What do they want us to do? Starve? Question mark. It's hard enough keeping a child with complex needs out of a routine, and now I can't feed him. So lots of parents and people with autism really, really frustrated about this at the moment. Hi, Dawn. Thanks for joining us. So there's the link on screen now. Thanks for sharing that with us, Julia. So it's www.hiddendisabilitiesstore.com, where you can get the sunflower lanyard from. So thanks for sharing that, Julia. So if you're watching this now live, please do share it. And even if you're watching this on replay, do share the video, because the more we can get the message out there and get agencies like DEFRA and the government, and also supermarkets, Tesco, Asda, Sainsbury's, Morrison's listening, that we can change their policies to enable parents and people on the spectrum to get their shopping what they need. You know, I had a message from one girl with autism on Twitter yesterday saying, "The moment, Kevin, I'm only living on bread and jam," because she can't get any food at all. All the slots are booked up. So there's, you know, lots of people are really frustrated about this. Julia also says the above websites provide sunflower lanyards endorsed by Marks and Spencer's. However, Tesco issue these free. Oh, that's really good to know. So Tesco issue the sunflower lanyards free. Thanks, Dawn, for sharing live now. Thanks, Dawn, for sharing that. Do appreciate that. Don't forget, if you want to be a guest on the show today, there's the link on screen now. If you want to join me, come on and have a chat. Don't be shy. And we can just get your point across as well. You know, what you think about supermarkets. Do you think supermarkets are doing enough? Do you think there's enough support out there for people and parents, carers as well, people with autism doing their shopping? Don't forget, we're only in the first week of this coronavirus. It's going to get a lot worse. So, you know, people are going to be really struggling to get any food whatsoever. So lots more messages coming in on Twitter as well. Somebody said, I tried 4 different websites at supermarkets, sadly can't get out. I'm on a 14-day isolation, this lady says. My son is autistic and has limited diet, and he is basically living on Weetabix. Not enough in place for disabled people. Ollie says on Twitter, this is scandalous that families up and down the country are being left like this. I'm at my wit's end. It's hard enough as it is. I sent this email last week to both the Cabinet Office and a local autism charity. So lots of parents are getting really frustrated. Don't forget, if you're watching this now, please do click on the share button and share it. Another lady on Twitter says, just after midnight last night, I noticed Asda released a new date on the 13th of April for click and collect. Staying up late has benefits despite the date being nearly 2 weeks away. Their website didn't work at the time, but their app did. So maybe if you stay up late, you can probably get a bigger slot in. So that's a good tip there. So yeah, lots of messages coming in on Facebook and Twitter. So we just need to get DEFRA on board to help with this, and you know, to get the message out there, so you know people can get their shopping, because lots of people are really struggling at the moment. Parents frustrated. A lot of parents who have children on the spectrum who have certain types of food for their children, like a lot of people have routines around, you know, McDonald's, KFC, or, you know, they want chicken nuggets. The children can't get that now, you know, so they rely on supermarkets, and if they can't get that, then the child's going to become frustrated, anxious, probably have a meltdown because they can't get hold of their particular food types. So I hope this video has helped. Thank you for all your comments and your questions coming this afternoon. Don't forget, if you're watching this on replay, do share it. It's important that we get the message out there to as many people as we can. I'll try and come back on later in the week and do a different topic. If I get any news from the supermarkets, I will let you know. Julie's just said pasta was a big issue for my son's main diet is pasta. No problem. Thanks, Julia. Thanks, Dawn. Thanks, Julie, for all your comments and links, signposting people to different areas. Jill, thanks for your comment. Louise, thanks for yours. Sheila, thanks for yours as well. And Kim as well. Thanks for joining me this afternoon, everybody. Stay safe and have a good Monday. I had to think what day we were on then. I'm losing track of days. at the moment. So thanks for joining me, and I'll be in touch soon with another topic on autism and the coronavirus. Have a great Monday wherever you are. Take care.